With that information at your fingertips, you're able to be clear about and intentional about the types of real estate you want to buy. Hey everybody, it's me, AJ Golden, self-proclaimed money nerd and personal finance geek, and welcome to Personal Finance Made Easy. I created this channel to help you win with money by making concepts such as budgeting, saving, and investing simple and easy. Today, we're gonna help you determine your real estate investing strategy. Yes, having a real estate investing strategy is very important because it will help you to determine what types of rental properties you want to invest in, or what type of real estate you want to invest in, because there are so many different types of real estate out there, and we'll talk about that in today's video. But before we do, please take a moment and subscribe to my channel. If you've been enjoying this content, I would love for you to become a subscriber and click that little notification bell so that you don't miss out on any future videos. In addition, if you like my videos, why don't you click that like button right below the video? It helps my channel out tremendously by letting YouTube know to promote this video to other viewers. That way, you can help me help so many others get their personal finances right and develop a real estate investing strategy. So I'd love for you to hit that like button below the video. Also, let's interact. I want to understand how this content has been helping you, or if you've been missing anything, if there's something that I'm not discussing that I should be discussing, or if you've got some tips of your own that you'd like to share with the community. Why don't you put it down in the comment field below so that we can keep this interaction going. So without further ado, let's jump into today's video. Developing a real estate investing strategy is vital for you if you are intending on really becoming a good real estate investor, because it'll help you not only with your analysis, which we talked about last week, but it'll help you to determine where you're going with the real estate portfolio that you're building. In order for you to really develop a good real estate strategy, you've got to determine what your end goal is. We always have to start with the end in mind. In other words, what are you really trying to achieve by making real estate a part of your investment portfolio? Maybe you want to have a real estate portfolio to help you supplement your retirement income, or you want real estate to be your retirement vehicle. Perhaps you want to use real estate to help supplement your college investing, or maybe you want real estate to provide passive income for you or additional income for you. I don't know, maybe you even want to just be a real estate mogul. I don't know what your end goal is, but whatever it is, you've got to determine what that goal is so that you can understand what types of properties you want to invest in. Let me give you an example. Let's say you want to have real estate be a part of your portfolio, or you're interested in real estate because you want to save for retirement. That's one of the reasons why I invest in real estate, is because I want real estate to be a vehicle for my retirement income. The way I do that is I like to purchase properties as buy and holds. So in other words, I'm gonna purchase this property, I'm gonna hold on to it for the long term. And just like we spoke about in my advantages of purchasing rental real estate, you can buy a property and essentially that property will pay itself off with the rental income that comes in for that property. Let's say I want to save, or I want to invest in real estate as a supplement to my retirement. Well, the way I can do that is through a traditional 401k. I can set aside income every month from my paycheck, or every paycheck, and allow it to grow in the stock market. And then when it's time for me to retire, I will draw money out of that fund and pay for my day-to-day living expenses. I'm not suggesting that you should not invest in the 401k. I do invest in my 401k, but I also invest in real estate, because what happens is I can purchase a property. Let's say I want to purchase a property for $100,000. I can put a 25% down payment on that property, $25,000, and over the course of the 30 years that I own that property, my renters are paying that property off. So for me, as long as I'm breaking even on that property, I don't necessarily need to make cash flow because my overall goal isn't the cash flow that that property brings in. My goal is to make sure that I have that property paid off by the time I'm retired. And so when I retire, that property that I purchased for $100,000 is now owned free and clear, which hopefully would have appreciated in value and be worth more. In addition to it being worth more, it will also continue to generate rental income that I can use as my own income in retirement. So that's one way that you can determine your real estate investing strategy. The other way is if you wanted to use it as a way to fund your children's college. I could purchase that same property for $100,000. I would allow it to grow, say, over a 15-year period. I can get a 15-year mortgage on that property, allow it to be paid off in that 15 years. By the time it's paid off, it would have appreciated in value some, but in addition to appreciating in value, it would still also generate income that my child can use as income while they're going to school, and it can pay for that tuition. So maybe that is what's driving your investment strategy. The other thing that I mentioned earlier was that you could have real estate as a source of additional income. If that's the case and you want to make sure that you're investing in real estate so that you have the additional income, then you've got to pay attention to that cash flow number that we spoke about in our calculations video, because the cash flow is going to be what gives you the additional income. Many people have as a strategy to make enough passive income that they can leave their full-time jobs. So they buy enough rental real estate so that they have enough cash flow coming in from all of those properties that they can quit their full-time job. The most important thing is that you have to determine your own real estate strategy. And your strategy is going to be different than my strategy. So once you've determined your end goal, and maybe it's a multiple of those things, maybe you want to make sure that you have cash flow coming in to supplement your everyday income while at the same time paying off the property so that you can have retirement income. If that's the case, then you've got to be clear about that before you start to invest in real estate. So I would suggest that you write out your plans. What is it that you want to accomplish by investing in real estate? Make sure that you clearly outline what that plan is, and then use that as your guiding principle to determine what types of real estate you want to invest in. With that information at your fingertips, you're able to be clear about and intentional about the types of real estate you want to buy. So let me talk a little bit about the different types of real estate, because that will also help to drive your investment decisions. There are different types of real estate that you can invest in. There are things such as single-family residences, which I invest in, duplexes, triplexes, quadruplexes. Those are considered residential properties. Anything with 4 units or less that a family can live in is considered residential real estate. I like to invest in residential real estate. The reason I do so is because if I decide that I want to sell my properties, I have a bigger pool of buyers. I don't have to sell to another investor. I have a bigger pool of buyers that I can sell my properties to. That's my own investment strategy. The other type is commercial real estate. And commercial real estate basically encompasses pretty much everything else. Apartment complexes, anything 5 units or more is considered commercial real estate. Shopping centers, commercial real estate. Storage units, commercial real estates. Mobile home parks, commercial real estate, because you're owning the entire park and not just the home within the park. So there are so many different types of real estate that you can invest in. The other thing that a lot of people don't think about when they say that they want to be real estate investors is that you can also invest in what's called REITs, or real estate investment trusts. And what that is it's similar to a stock or a mutual fund where you're investing capital or cash into the REIT, and the real estate trust, the investment trust, will then take that money that's been invested and purchase things like commercial property. So you can become an investor and owner just by owning a REIT. And that's usually a low-cost way for you to get involved in real estate. That's long-term investing, those different things that I just mentioned. But there's also short-term real estate investing, such as fixing and flipping a property. We see that a lot on HGTV with shows that show you how to go in and buy a property for a low amount, do a rehab on the property, and then sell it for a higher amount and make a profit. That's fixing and flipping. You can also wholesale properties, which is basically gaining control of a property without actually having to purchase that property and selling it to another buyer. This is not like being a real estate investor. This is basically a wholesaler. You're going out and finding property, gaining control of it with some sort of a contract, and then selling the rights to that contract to another investor. And you make a fee off of the sale. A little bit different than being an agent, and I won't get too much into detail on that, but you can look up real estate wholesaling on a site such as biggerpockets.com and find out all about wholesaling. Long story short is that my investment strategy helps to guide the decisions that I make when I'm looking at or analyzing a property, because I know that I want it for retirement, and I want the property to be able to be paid off or purchased as quickly as possible before my retirement date. So I generally stick to properties around or less than the $200,000 mark. And that gives me the buffer that I need to be able to ensure that that property can be paid off pretty quickly. You need to determine what your real estate investment strategy is. And based on that real estate investment strategy, analyze or review the details of the properties that you're wanting to invest in under the lens of that real estate strategy. So I hope that's helped you out today. Make sure that you're putting together your strategy by determining your long-term goal. What is it that you want to accomplish by investing in real estate? And when you do that, then you're able to know without a doubt whether or not a property is good for your particular purposes and your specific strategy. All right, I hope that's helped. Until next time, you keep living on purpose, pursue your passion, and get the gold.